this is cool to be able to get a chance to just sit and shoot the shit with you. Um, you were at Mach 5, and I think the morning I spoke, you came in after I spoke. And I was like, shit, I want Jason to see my talk, right? But one of the things that I share with people is in the book I wrote. It's called Finding Your Edge, and so one of my things is like like your edge is already inside you, and it shows up as like when I ask people what's your edge, they say, what do you mean? I say it's like where you go when the shit hits the fan. It's how you show up differently than others, and what you bring to the table that others don't. Okay, so I didn't prep you for this question. I'll put you on the spot, but I know you'll be fine. Jason, what's your edge?
Joy.
Boom, done.
Yeah, it's joy. I'll tell you, everybody has whatever has happened to them in life, and we all have a primary directive that usually we're operating with our entire lives that was planted in us by people that didn't know any better, called our parents, had no tools like our parents. Right. And then we go through school with a whole bunch of adults that are just as screwed up as anybody else on the planet with no tools. Right. And so what do we expect? Right. Is we end up with that programming and how we view the world and how we see the world. And mine was, how do I protect myself? And I radically shifted that into how can I be a powerful world changer that enjoys every breath? And I shrunk that down to joy, because when I'm in the shit, and you can ask anybody on my rescue team, business, anybody, when things are the hardest, I show up, you said I had a lot of energy. I show up with the most amount of joy and the most amount of energy in those moments because it's transformative to the situation.
Right. Yep.
I refuse to allow the world to impede on me. I almost said the F word. I'm going to impede on it.
I know Steve, right?
But I'm going to impede on it. Because if not, I'm just going to allow that, which means I've given away my choice, which means I'm a slave to the situation or I'm a slave to my emotions. No. Discipline and practice have me enjoy all of the time. Of course I get pissed and of course I get sad, but I go home. My home is joy.
Yeah. Dude, the perspective that you have, you're one of those guys that when you walk in a room, everybody knows you're somebody, because you just command some space.
Thank you, brother.
And that's just, to me, that's just cool. You come across as a supremely confident guy, but in a way that's not intimidating or, type A or D on the disc scale or whatever all that stuff is. You're just doing your thing, man. And I respect you tremendously for that.
Thank you, brother.
And for what you're doing, your willingness to help people. And from a place of like, that you're coming from a long way back when you step into a domestic violence situation and help unwind that or help a child. So I don't know anybody that's got the resume for that, just lived it and it's like now you literally just turn the tables, like, okay, my turn.
Yeah.
And so mad respect for you for doing it the way you're doing it. I know you're impacting the world in a huge way. So I appreciate it. I've got one more question for you, and I didn't prep you for this either. And it's, I ask everybody this, and I just kind of, I set the mic down at the end and say, listen, the floor is yours. What do you want people to know?
Yeah. There's a couple of things. Number one, you're not alone. If you could just understand, all you got to do is reach out to Bob. I mean, he's got the biggest heart on the face of the planet. He's got a team around him. He's got lots of people who love him and respect him. Same thing on our end. You're not alone. And that's a big game changer when you understand, oh, I'm not alone. These problems that I have, I'm not a unique flower. I just need to get around the people that will protect my vulnerability and not take advantage of it. Right. So I'm not alone.